Hi everyone, welcome back for another tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to do an HDR with just one image, and we're going to start in Camera Raw. Yes, Camera Raw in CS6, it's amazing, brilliant, and you can get just about the right look for an HDR. So let's start. So as you can see right here, it's just a normal photo. Well, I actually took from my balcony. Yes, this is the view from my home, and I've exposed to this area, and the clouds, oh well, they're not brilliant. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going into auto, and as you can see we get a bit more detail on the clouds, but let's get some HDR look to it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to add some texture. So the best thing to do is clarity, and if we go to the left it makes it soft. If we go to the right it creates like it's more texture. As you can see right here, it does look like the texture is popping out, so very cool. So now we want to add a bit more contrast, and as you can see while we're doing that, these areas right here are getting darker, which is shadows. So the shadows, we need to lighten shadows up, so something like so, actually all the way up. And also the blacks, we want to lighten up the blacks as well, so we go just a bit more like so, yeah. And I'm going to warm up this picture a bit, just a touch. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So let's see the highlights. Let's bring down the highlights a bit more, I think. Yeah, and lighten up a bit more the blacks, and there you go. As you can see, it's kind of HDR look, because HDR is high dynamic range. So what it is it gets more detail where even in the shadow areas. Well, some people take HDR too far. Well, I do it sometimes as well, but this is how it was supposed to be in the first place. But then we take a step further, which is really cool, and I really like it. So as you can see, it's a very nice photo, but I'm going to open this image in Photoshop and I'm going to take a step further. So any second now. So what I want to do now is I want to make it that more surrealistic look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going into image adjustments, and I'm going, yes, you guessed it, HDR toning, and there we go. So as default gives us that, and to be fair, it's a bit too much. So what I tend to do is I'm going to flat, and as you can see flat, well, it looks a bit flatter than before, but has a bit extra oomph to the photo. But I'll click OK, and now just converting the HDR image. But it's getting there. Obviously it all depends how far you want to go anyway, so it's your own personal taste. In here I'm just showing you the technique and what can be achieved with just one photo, because some people, they just go out. Me personally, sometimes I just go out, I take my compact camera and I take a shot, and then when I get home, and oh, that would look really cool in HDR. And you can also open JPEGs in Camera Raw. Obviously the control is not as brilliant as when you're shooting in RAW, however you still can get just about the same effect. So there you go, we have the photo like so. So might as well just, while we're here, fix the, because it's not proper straight, it's not too bad here. So let's go to a new filter, which is filter adaptive wide angle, and there we go, we have the photo. And now we just fix this like so. I'm holding shift so it gets a proper vertical line, so I'm going like so. And this one here as well. You can check my tutorials about this very cool filter in Photoshop. and I'm happy with that, so I'll click OK. Bear in mind I'm using a raw file. Even though I mentioned the JPEGs, you still can use it, but obviously you have a bit more control with the raw file. And if you have any doubts regarding this new filter, just check my previous tutorials. I do have a couple of tutorials explaining this new filter in CS6. And any second now. And there you go. So now I'm just going to crop a bit. I could fix that with the content aware or new patch tool, but I'll just leave it like so. And now what we do, I'm going just to add a new adjustment layer with levels and just bring down midtone just a touch, and there you go. A very cool HDR with one photo only. How cool is that? Very, very cool, isn't it? And all that thanks to the new CS6 that started with camera raw, which is brilliant, and then with the HDR toning, and obviously to fix the verticals of the buildings in new adaptive wide angle. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.